knowledge being spread. It's like warm butter across the bread. Smooth, I know you like that. Flow with the grain and don't fight that. You want righteous love, you found the right match. With Marty McFly, they on the right track. Yeah, gotta dig the dirt to plant the seed. Spread roots till you sprout like a tree. Doni Jones, she the one you wanna see. Doni Jones live, this is where you wanna be. It's Doni Jones live, Doni Jones live. It's Doni Jones live, Doni Jones live. It's Doni Jones live, Doni Jones live.
Hey, welcome to Doni Jones Live. I am Doni the Tree Lady.
Hanging out with me, Marty McFly,
That's
that
right,
guy. She
that
didn't even
guy.
try to introduce me no more. I'm just hanging out.
With?
Anyway.
Okay, fine. I'll do it over. Hey, I'm Doni the Tree Lady. Welcome to Doni Jones Live, where I'm hanging out with.
Yeah, Marty McFly, that guy.
That guy.
That's a little bit better.
I feel like,
better.
yeah, I was like,
yes.
How are you doing?
I am doing great in this wonderful restaurant here, the Doni Jones kitchen.
We're in my kitchen.
Right. Where I'm drinking something really, really green. And
We're drinking green juice, y'all. You know, it's been on everybody's mind to be healthier, to eat cleaner, to eat better and stuff like that. So I am on a mission to get all my fruits and vegetables and vitamins in. And so I've been really leaning on green smoothies. So I knew we were shooting today and I hadn't eaten yet. So I asked my daughter to make us a green smoothie, or actually I asked her to make me a green smoothie.
Yeah.
And then he's sharing in it with me.
Yeah.
And it's good, it's yummy, right?
Well, it's a different.
You know what?
It's a different taste. I would say that.
He called it earthy.
It tastes real earthy. Yeah, it tastes like a whole lot of nuts and berries and. Yeah, not fruity at all, but it's healthy. It tastes healthy.
It's a green smoothie. But no, seriously, we're on this because you working out now.
Right.
You getting your workout in. I'm working out. If you guys have followed us for a while, I've been on my little journey.
Right.
And it's going in the right direction again, finally, again. So I'm dealing with that. But I look at a lot of stuff that's going on in the news right now, and I don't know if you want to chime in on this, but one of the things I want to talk about is representation.
Okay.
And I know we'll talk about some other stuff today, but since we're starting out talking about the smoothies, I was talking with a friend of mine about how, as African American women, how we're represented. And a lot of times we're represented in movies, in the media, as these loud, sometimes the angry black woman. But even if we're not the angry black woman, we're loud. And then the other thing that seems to be synonymous with being an African American woman is that we're overweight. And so I see a lot of that. Like, even when we're not severely overweight, we're still bigger than the other women in the show or on the commercial. And right now with this whole body positive thing, which is not a positive thing, I'm just gonna say it, it's not a positive thing because it's given the license to
understand what
be
body
overweight.
positive.
Body positive is basically no matter what size your body is, that it's okay, that it's just beautiful, it's whatever.
Well,
and I think your body can be beautiful. I think we should love our bodies and feel beautiful on the inside, but we have to acknowledge that there's an issue with obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, in our community or just in our country. There's a problem with obesity. But it seems like, for example, they were doing a commercial. I believe it was a Target commercial. And they had these women in fitness gear.
Okay. And
everybody else was lean and fit. But when it showed the shot of the black girl, she was obese with a little fitness gear. And then there was another commercial. I think it was an Adidas commercial. And I apologize, Adidas, if it wasn't you. Okay, find out what Reebok, Adidas, one of them. But anyway,
shoe company.
It was a company, shoe company. And so they showed these three different people working out. The white lady was lean and fit. The white man was lean and fit. But the black lady was obese. And I just thought that when a company spends millions of dollars to appeal to their core market, they look at who that market is. So they are actually telling us in their mind that our market is fat black women. And I just think that we need to acknowledge the issues that we have. Yeah, if you're a big woman and you love yourself and everything, that's beautiful. But at some point it becomes not healthy. And I'm glad I'm on a journey to change my own issues.
That's a long tangent with a whole lot of stuff in it. It's one of those, I have to see that commercial, to really understand the context behind it.
Yeah.
And there is a thing that I would say, have pride in yourself, but don't be content with yourself.
Yeah.
You know, in a sense of, no, if you weigh more than you want to,
right?
Okay, I'm saying that's that's majority.
And I know we've talked a little bit.
Yeah,
about
that's majority
of
America. But it's one of the things of not being content at where you're at.
Yeah.
Still work on trying to be better.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm happy with who I am.
Yeah.
But I do want to improve on myself.
Right. But yours is the opposite. You feel like you're maybe too thin, or you just want to gain more muscle.
Right. But at the same time, it's with everybody on this side of the planet, in a sense, on this side of the living side, has something about them that they want to fix.
Yeah.
You know, don't beat yourself up.
Yeah.
You know, be happy with who you are. Like, I'm happy with, I'm a thin man, and I want to improve on it. But it's not like I'm walking around saying, I don't want to be seen because I'm thin.
Right.
You know, and I can't be in public because I'm thin.
Right.
It's just, don't be content with where you're at. You know, so I think, then health, just working out.
Well,
always helps.
The other thing the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because, I mean, for those of you that don't know him, you can Google this guy, but Kevin Samuels, we know that he passed a while ago.
Okay.
And there's a lot of people that were very critical of him because they felt like he really disparaged black women, like he put us down or whatever. I never felt that way about his content. I felt like a lot of did I hit my mic? A lot of the content that he put out was trying to help us, and a lot of it was telling the truth. And one of the things that he talked about was the problem with obesity. And his thing was with dating, right? His whole model was, talking about dating, life, and stuff like that. And so women would call into his show and they would be like, hey, what do I need to, I feel like I'm a 10 or a 7, I'm a 9 or whatever. And they're like 300 pounds, 5'2". And he's like, listen, you're the size of a linebacker, and like, no, I'm not, da, 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 da. And then he'll give the stats of somebody that's on the NFL. And be like, yeah, you that big.
You that big, right.
So I guess his point was that a lot of women out there want high-value men or successful men. But a lot of successful, high-value men, or just men in general, are looking for women. Are looking for women that are physically fit, that take care of themselves, and that's a conversation that he felt like we needed to have in the African American community. So I wanted to know, with you being a married man, your wife is a cute little petite little thing, you know what I mean? How do you feel about that? What do you hear from men in the community on that subject?
It depends on the men that I'm listening to, that I'm talking to. But it is, on both sides of it, men and women, where I always say that you want a Michelle or Obama as a spouse, but you're not willing to be the Michelle or Obama that they're looking for.
Michelle or Barack Obama.
Yeah, right. Because I remember speaking to a lady some years ago who, her goal was to marry a airline pilot, who made a whole lot of money and was wealthy, with 6, tall, dark, and handsome and wealthy. And then I kind of had to ask her, if you did meet him, what do you bring to the table that he would say, well, I want someone that ain't working, that got 5, 6 kids, that's out of shape, that want to sit on the couch and just watch HGTV all day.
Yeah.
What inspires him to be with you?
Yeah.
And they don't think about that.
Right.
And then if you look for a man, honestly, women, if you look for a man that is really wealthy, then you're going to look for a man that's pretty much old.
Well,
older.
not necessarily, because there's a lot of men in their 30s, 40s, and 50s that are successful. But they may not be looking for what
at the same
these
time,
women are offering.
If women are looking for someone that's making 6 figures, that is really well off, that's not your 30-year-old. Normally,
it's not.
Right.
But in
normally,
certain circles, because I know
circles,
36, 35, 42, 40.
But the women that are trying to find these men are not in those circles.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm saying, really, I'm saying if I was really well off right now and I wasn't married, I'm not trying to find an average person that is Okay, you're a liability. You know, more so than a helpmate.
You got 3 kids. You're overweight. You're not trying to improve yourself. You're not trying to go up in your career and stuff like that. Yeah.
You know, and it's different, I guess, when you meet your significant other when you're really young and y'all grow up like that.
Yeah, well, you grow up together.
Different.
Yeah.
But right now, even with men that I talk to, it's kind of like in the mid-age.
Yeah.
They're looking for someone that got something going on too.
Right. But I guess that's why I'm asking you, because a lot of times in our community, we, as women, we get advice from other women about men, and I'm like, you need to be talking to an actual man.
It's like a lot of that we don't sign up for. You know, certain things, like now for me, the made up woman, the one with all of the makeup and the hair and everything, that's now more of a turnoff. The older you get.
Okay, can you repeat that so the people in the back can hear?
Right.
And he's not just speaking for himself. I mean, I know you're speaking for yourself right now.
But for men in general, that's a...
I'm in the tree care industry. I own a tree service here in Atlanta, and I meet all kinds of people every day. And a lot of the customers that I have are successful men that own properties. And they will say exactly what you just said. Repeat what you just said.
All of the makeup and the hair and everything is really a turn off.
And the eyelashes.
Eyelashes that scratch your forehead and the nails that are all curled over with so many different designs. That's so much of a turn off.
It's a turn off, yeah.
It really is. It's kind of like, I know we only got a hot second, but it's kind of like somebody that fixes up a car with the rims and the little crazy color paint jobs and all of the boom and the jump. That takes away from the car.
It really does.
You know, because you don't put that. You don't do that on a Mercedes Benz. You don't do that on that. And that's in a sense with women.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when you got to put all of that stuff in it.
Yeah.
I don't know if the car is that valuable. You know, if you think about it, it's like, I don't know if it's that valuable.
Did. Oh.
I'd rather just a classic, clean car. You ain't got to be
that's so
around.
good.
But
you know what? I know we got to take a break. I want to transition into something else, but it actually is kind of a piggyback on what we're talking about. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Doni Jones Live. I am Doni the Tree Lady, hanging out with that guy,
Marty McFly. And we will be right back.
Yeah.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
Now when the weather starts to change, the rents start to fall, who you gonna call?
Don's Tree Service.
If it's looking kinda weak and it's looking kinda bleak, who a tree specialist call?
Don's Tree Service.
If the trees in your yard are just too tall, who you gonna call?
Don's Tree Service.
Hey everybody, it's me, Wanda Smith, and I'm here with some great information. I don't know if you know, but it's hurricane season, and it's a great time for you to think about having trees removed before one falls on your home. That's something you don't want to happen. Listen, I called Don's Tree Service on a Monday. They were here in just a few days. The price was right, the staff was right, and I'm happy with everything they've done. So hey, if I were you, I would sit down with my family and talk about having trees removed before the hurricane comes and hit your home.
If you want more information about your trees, call Don's Tree Service, 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-TREE.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I am that guy, Marty McFly, and also known as Pastor Marty Ringer, pastor of St. Mark Lutheran Church in beautiful East Point, Georgia. And right now, I just want to invite you to come worship with us. Yeah, we're back worshiping in person. Now, you can always check out any of our other services online at stmarklutheranchurch.org. That's stmarklutheranchurch.org. But I would like to see you face to face. So join us this Sunday at 11 a.m. That's 4137 Washington Road in East Point. It's right off exit 1 on 285. Come worship with me and the whole St. Mark family this Sunday starting at 11 a.m. 4137 Washington Road in East Point.
Hey, this is Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. And as a small business owner, I get asked all the time, how did you do it? Now, for those of you that don't know, I basically started a tree service with $43 and a dream right here in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. Now, during my journey, I've definitely been blessed to see the mountaintop, but I've also been in some rough valleys. And in my book, From Failure to Fabulous, I share my experience.
My book really is a real woman's journey to building a happy, healthy, and successful life. But I gotta be honest with you, I read self-help books and I listened to audio programs about success, and I was still having difficulty achieving success in my life until I really got a hold of certain principles that made a difference. In my book, From Failure to Fabulous, I get very real and raw about what I did to build my company, my family, and my life. So please go check out my book, From Failure to Fabulous, on Amazon, or you can go to my website, www.DoniJonesLive.com.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
Welcome back to Doni Jones Live. We are having a great conversation.
Interesting conversation.
Yes.
Yes.
Very interesting. So what I wanted to do was kind of not piggyback. Well, I guess it is piggyback because that's my favorite word, I think. You talked about somebody putting themselves in a position to attract what they want. In other words, if they're trying to get that kind of mate, if they want a Michelle or a Barack, what are they bringing to the table?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think that happens in life, because a lot of times on this show, we want to bring value and make it real life conversations. I think a lot of times in life, people do that with their goals. It's like they want a certain thing, or they want a certain life, or they want a certain lifestyle, but what are you bringing to the table to attract or to achieve that goal? You know what I mean?
You want to be a business owner, but you ain't got no business in you. You're not trying to do business.
Right.
And what's funny, I was in a conversation just last night, and it was a conversation about defining people.
Right.
Where we have thinkers.
Yeah.
Then you have your thinker-doers, and then you just have your doers.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will sit back and just think about what they want to do.
Yeah.
They think about, I want to start a business with lawn care.
Right.
And they'll sit there and think about it, but they never do it.
Yeah.
And then you have the other ones that will do stuff without really thinking things through. I'm serious. They'll get out there and start cutting grass and have no plan, no vision of growth.
Yeah.
But then the perfect, I guess, space to be in is think things through thoroughly and then do them.
Right. Well, I think you should think things through, but don't overthink. Because a lot of times when you start overthinking, you'll talk yourself out of whatever you think your dream is. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or you'll start doubting yourself. And I will admit that I'm one of those people, I'll do it first and then figure it out. Now, as I've gotten older, I've realized I need to figure some stuff out first and plan a little bit better
just to plan
and stuff like that. But I really do think that people want certain things in life that they're not even ready for.
Yeah.
Even in relationships. I remember before my husband and I got married, I was already happy. Like, he didn't make me, I didn't get with him to make myself happy. I had finally gotten I had actually stopped dating. It was weird. I stopped dating because I would date people and, get to know them, stuff like that, get to know them. And then like on the second or third date, I'd be like, okay, just nothing. And after 2 or 3 times of that happening, I was like, I just don't know what else is out there. But I was also one of these people, in my mind, I have always thought there's good men out there.
Oh yeah.
Like I've never, like I hear women go, there ain't no good men out there.
It's the ones
I have never, ever said that.
Yeah.
Ever said that. So in my mind, even though I hadn't found anybody yet, I just stopped dating because I was like, I know there's a really good guy out there for me. I just hadn't found him yet, so I'm just gonna focus on me. I'm gonna focus on me being happy.
What's interesting?
And come to find out, he was right in front of me.
Right. Well, that's a good story. I got to tell it later on.
Okay.
That inspired me to that. But it's funny being at the church and a pastor, and I talk to women all the time.
Yeah.
Where it's interesting where they criticize men so much, and nobody's ever qualified after a certain moment in their life. Yeah. Where I've seen, like we talked about, obese women. They're like, oh, he too big for me, And it's like, have you seen? And it's funny because it'll be, they'll complain about being so alone. And then I'll see them, I'll see someone that'd be like really nice for him or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why don't you talk to him? Oh, no, he ain't my type. I don't like him. And it's like, how are you so picky now?
Right.
And have you seen your own profile.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't want to be, really be harsh
you don't
like
want
that.
to be harsh, especially, I mean, you're in the church. So you can
but at the same time, it's a disservice for me not to tell you the truth too. To say, hey, maybe your standards are a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Did you, like we said, okay, you want this perfect man, educated, law student, graduated from Harvard. You ain't even graduated from high school, and you're like, I want him to come and just take care of me, and we're going to be happily ever after. Right. And it's like, and then when the good ones come in, they don't want to see them. They don't want to talk with them. That's the ones that you want to build with. Yeah. What happens is a lot of women see men that have been, in a sense, been groomed. Yeah. Like your husband right now. Yeah. Y'all been married for some years.
Yeah, this year will be 19 years.
19 years.
Yeah.
He looks like a groomed, kept, good husband.
Well, he is kept good husband.
Other women will see that and say, I want him. I want
that happens on job sites, right? Because people don't automatically know we're married. Now, granted, we do blue collar work, so our guys will have, my husband will have on a t-shirt and baseball cap, so he's not like he's fancy or whatever. Right. But you can tell, that he's taken care of, but he also takes care of me too. So it's not like we're fancy. And Marty isn't talking about. It's just a certain look that men that are taken care of look. Right. It's like a comfort and a confidence and a,
we're not aggressively trying to go after everything. Right. We're kind of, in a sense, you're comfortable. Right. In life. Right. Now, what happens is women will see one that is not married. Yeah. Who needs to get to that point. Yeah. They'll see him and say, no, I don't like that.
Right.
I don't want
but they're not willing to do the work.
Right. And that's the thing. You have to do the work to make the marriage and make who you kind of grow into. Yeah. So it's a thing where you have to.
Well, even small stuff. Going back to my husband, we went out for dinner the other night, right? And when he came out, he was like, had on this nice blue shirt, these nice jeans that were, the right type of cut for his physique. And these nice, kind of nice, shiny shoes. And me and my daughters looked at each other and was like, look at you. You know what I mean? And it was really neat to think back that when I first met him, and I'm not joking, I am being very serious, we were going to go out for someplace casual to eat. This man had on some khaki shorts, the cargo type shorts. Yeah. Some white crew socks. Brown shoes. And a tie-dye shirt. And I'm not even joking. I'm not joking. And then his glasses, my husband's a good looking guy, but he had these glasses that looked like they were made for like a 70-year-old man. They were like the old, horn-rimmed glasses or whatever. So he and I got to know each other as friends, and I just fell in love with him as a person. And every time he took his glasses off, I was like, oh, that's a good looking guy. But I was like, oh, that's not my type or whatever. You know what I mean? And then I remember he was talking about getting some new glasses, and I was like, can I go with you?
Can I go with you just to help me out just a little bit? Because what you've been thinking. No.
So he got the rimless glasses. When those first came out, I don't know if that's when they first came out, but I remember him getting some rimless glasses. And then, we went shopping and got him some new clothes or whatever. And it's like you see this transformation happen. But this is now 19 years later where he goes into his own closet and comes out. I was like, okay, that's my hobby. Right. But a lot of women wouldn't have went through that phase. Right. The doorkeeper. I mean, my husband's, I like geeks. I fell in love with a geek. My husband's still a geek. But they would not have appreciated the geek phase. Right. And actually, my husband didn't date a lot before me because women just kind of didn't take him seriously. But he's an amazing husband. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Doni, it's amazing when you search all over and don't realize that what you really want is right there with you. Yeah. Like my wife, it's funny, we were talking about this last night. We were friends for about a year. Yeah. Everybody else saw that we were dating, but we were just like, nah, we just cool people. We just cool people, nothing. Yeah. Nothing at all transpired, and then later on it's like, well, you cool people. I don't, and seeing the developments now, because like people see me now, but it's like, no, she saw me then, and work to get to where we're at now. So it's an interesting development. So anyway, whoever is listening right now, Stop having your expectations so high. Sometimes that...
I don't want to say stop having your expectations high, because I did have high expectations.
But they didn't work out, right?
What?
They didn't work out your high expectations.
Yeah, my values were high.
Right.
Like my husband has the values that I want.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I was able to look past the thick glasses or the khaki shorts and white socks. I saw something in him, but he also saw something in me too.
I can believe that. Mm-hmm.
But what I want to say, because I want you to finish your statement, was I don't think it's not have high standards. I think have high standards for yourself. Mm-hmm. And obviously your partner. But if you work on yourself, then I think it helps.
It works. I'm saying, in a sense, don't be so judgmental that it works against you.
There you go.
Yeah,
I like
and I'll say it like that, because it's interesting, and because I don't have a lot of time to say it on this segment. I'll talk about it on the next show. Because there's also something that's a little bit more of a serious subject that I want to get into on the next segment, because I want your especially being a pastor, I want your input. But go ahead. No, talk about, because my story, I don't have enough time. I don't think to say it. But well, you know what? We'll just make it work. There was a guy one time that he had a lot of land, and he saw a friend of his who stumbled over some diamonds. Yeah. And the landowner realized, oh, you can make money in diamonds. So he sold all of his land and started going on quests trying to find diamonds, and diamond quarries and things of that nature. This dude spent the rest of his life looking for diamonds, and he never found them. Interesting story, though. The people that ended up buying his land was walking on the land and saw an interesting rock that shined, and they went over there and they found diamonds on the land that he sold. So in a sense, a lot of times your diamonds are right where you're at.
Oh, so good.
That you will sell everything to go and try to find a new job, a new career, a new industry, a new person, and your diamonds are right there up under you. The thing is, we don't know what the diamonds look like, because sometimes they look like coal, or they look, a little roughed up, like your husband. A diamond that was right there in front of you. That it's like, oh, if I just rub it off a little bit, this is my diamond right here. My same thing with my wife. I'm looking everywhere else, but she's my friend. My diamond sitting right here.
And actually, that brings us to the next segment. I want to talk a little bit. You made me think of something. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Doni Jones Live with Doni Jones and
Marty McFly. And Doni Jones Live is sponsored by
Don's Tree Service. We'll be right back.
It's Doni Jones Live. Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live. Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live. Doni Jones Live.
When it falls, there's only one tree company to call. That's Don's Tree Service. Call them at 770-413-TREE. That's 770-413-8733.
I looked out the window after the storm and found out that there was a tree that had fallen, so I needed somebody quickly. Made one phone call. The appointment was made. They got the tree down. They do full service cleanup so that it looked like nothing had been done at all. Don's Tree Service did an awesome job for me, and I would recommend them highly.
Hey guys, I'm Donnie the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. We are an Atlanta-based tree service serving all of Metro Atlanta. And you know what? We proudly serve the underserved. And not only that, when we cut down your trees, we don't charge extra for cleaning up. So give us a call at 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-TREE.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I am that guy, Marty McFly, and also known as Pastor Mardy Ringer, pastor of St. Mark Lutheran Church in beautiful East Point, Georgia. And right now, I just want to invite you to come worship with us. Yeah, we're back worshiping in person. Now, you can always check out any of our other services online at stmarklutheranchurch.org. That's stmarklutheranchurch.org. But I would like to see you face to face. So join us this Sunday at 11 a.m. That's 4137 Washington Road in East Point. It's right off exit 1 on 285. Come worship with me and the whole St. Mark family this Sunday starting at 11 a.m., 4137 Washington Road in East Point.
Hey, this is Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. And as a small business owner, I get asked all the time, how did you do it? Now, for those of you that don't know, I basically started a tree service with $43 and a dream right here in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. Now, during my journey, I've definitely been blessed to see the mountaintop, but I've also been in some rough valleys. And in my book, From Failure to Fabulous, I share my experience. My book really is a real woman's journey to building a happy, healthy, and successful life. But I gotta be honest with you, I read self-help books and I listened to audio programs about success, and I was still having difficulty achieving success in my life until I really got a hold of certain principles that made a difference. In my book, From Failure to Fabulous, I get very real and raw about what I did to build my company, my family, and my life. So please go check out my book, From Failure to Fabulous, on Amazon, or you can go to my website, www.donijoneslive.com.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
Hey, welcome back to Doni Jones Live. I am Doni the Tree Lady.
And I am that guy, Mardy McFly.
Okay, so
yes.
What you made me think of, we were just talking about, your diamonds being right in front of you,
yes.
or what you want in life, you already have sometimes. Mm-hmm. But what it made me think about is that a lot of times we're asking God for something bigger, something better, something whatever, but we're not taking care of what we already have.
Yes.
We're not cutting our grass, cleaning our house, taking care of our body, doing the best at our job, you want a new car, but your car is a mess, taking care of our cars, getting the tires changed. There's so many areas in life that I could think of right now where we say we want better.
Yeah.
But what we want, we may already have if we were to take care of what we already have, or if we took care of what we have, then God would bless us with more,
Amen.
I remember talking to you last week because, a lot of times when I get really going and I'm like, I got all these big goals and things I want to do and things I want to accomplish. And I was like, and I just want to, continue to grow our show. And you got to run my business, my tree service. I want to make sure we have good customers and our people are good and stuff like that. And then it hit me. And I was like, wait a minute. I got great people.
Yep.
I've got a great business. I have a great husband. I have a great partner in you with our show. Our show is growing. I mean, I see all these things, but a lot of times when I'm sitting in it, dealing with the day-to-day, I take for granted what I've already been blessed with. Like I'm already walking in what I've always wanted to walk in. I went back to see my dad, for those of you, once again, that have been watching the show for a while. I've had my ups and downs with my dad, but going back to St. Louis and seeing him, not only did I see him and kind of connect with him, and he's dealing with dementia right now, but it was a pleasant visit, and I will say that. But I also went back and saw my sister, and I saw her husband and her kids, and then they got the chance to connect to my kids. And my daughter got very emotional because she had never really met those cousins that we met when we went back to St. Louis. And she said it was emotional for her because all I've ever talked about is the crazy stuff with our family. And she said it just felt good to see a sane part of our family, good cousins, good auntie, good friends and stuff like that from St. Louis. Because every time I've talked about St. Louis, I've always talked about challenges. And of course, she's got people here that she loves and cares about as aunts and cousins and stuff. But to actually have those blood relative cousins and stuff, it just got emotional for her. And I realized, wow, sometimes taking care, working on those relationships can give you what you want, and what you need. So that's that is
impactful. I don't know where to go from there, but
well, I'll tell you what we can talk about. There's been some decisions that have been made. Not to, I know you always say don't take the show, but I want to talk a little bit about personal responsibility and you as a pastor, how you feel about this whole thing with Roe v. Wade. Okay, now as a woman, For those of you who don't know, that
she's a
Roe
woman.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, it's very easy to define woman. We don't need to start changing the definition. That's a whole nother story. I don't want somebody calling in saying I'm transphobic. I'm not. But it's very clear what a woman is and what a man is. And I will not be voting for anybody that doesn't know what a woman and a man is. But that's a whole nother story. So, going back to... I mean, it's our show. I get to say what the heck I want to say.
I'm just trying.
I'm just saying.
I'm trying to follow you.
Okay, follow me.
Your mind is going faster than your mouth, so we're trying to.
It's these vitamins in this smoothie. That's not it. So, what I wanted to ask you, they have put the responsibility back on the states. People think them striking down Roe v. Wade means you can't get an abortion. That's not true. But once again, that's what's being sold to you. You may, but the people you elected in your state will have clear, defined strategies, hopefully, and if they don't, you vote somebody else in, about what they're going to do as a state with Roe v. Wade. But the reason why, or abortion rights, the reason why I wanted to talk to you is, how do you feel as a pastor with that subject? Do you think women should have the right to do that, or what's your
I feel that women have the right to do. God gave you ownership of your body. I think that you should have a say so what goes on with your body. You know, now there's things that, okay, if you're in the last trimester of having the child, me myself, no, I don't think that. I think that's murder.
I do too, and that's where I was going with that.
Yeah, I'll say that. But now at the same time, I think everybody has there's not one situation that can define everything.
Right.
You know. So I am really, you know, if someone was raped and molested.
Yeah, they should definitely have that right. Yes, absolutely.
I think that you should have that right.
The right.
You know, if things happen, I think everybody should have a right to say if I can or if I can't.
Right.
You know, so.
But at some point, you have to go, this is a baby. And that's where I have a problem. That's why a lot of people that know that I lean liberal don't also realize that I do lean conservative on some stuff. You know I lean conservative on some stuff. But here's what I will say. And this is the conversation the right and the left don't have, where they don't talk to each other. I truly believe that life begins at conception. However, if you are in a position or not in a position and you realize it was a mistake, if it's within the first, I don't know, month, 2 months or whatever, go ahead and do whatever you feel like you need to do to make a better choice, but don't keep making that mistake. Okay?
Right.
After that, in my opinion, it's murder. And there's no other way to look at it. There are other ways that people do look at it, but I've carried a child in my tummy, you know, and I've had to make tough choices in the past, you know. But at the same token, that does not negate the fact that when you have a child growing inside of you, or that sperm fertilizes that egg, a living cell is starting, a living being is starting. Right. And I think that we need to have real conversations in this country about the sanctity of life. And also, as people in the African American community, back in the day, we really went down with that a lot. A lot of it was pushed into our community. A lot of us knew that if we want, like my mom told me, you get pregnant, you're gonna have a baby. I'm not gonna be sitting here taking care of it, but you're gonna have to do whatever it is you need to do to take care of it.
I think there's different times, different places, and different arguments. Because, like me and you just said a second ago, if a woman was raped or molested and
that's a different story.
Hold on. The life of that embryo, why is it different from them?
Because it's not different, but it was conceived in violence.
So even though that new embryo had nothing to do with its conception, why now is like, well, they had it the wrong way, so that life doesn't matter, but these does.
that's the controversial thing. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah.
That I'm acknowledging that is a hard decision, and that if you make that decision, even though you're terminating the pregnancy, you're still terminating a life, and that's the decision that you should be able to make if it was conceived in one of those incest or rape or something like that. But if it was conceived in love or just kicking it or whatever, and you realize I can't do this, and it's early in the stage, I don't mind. But right now, you've got people on the left saying that it's totally cool to abort an 8-month-old, a 7-month-old, a 6-month into the pregnancy, and I'm like, no. That's why part of me is totally cool with it being overturned. I would rather right now, where we're at as a country, burn the whole thing down and start back over with common sense. Like right now, in this, and guess what? Maybe, there might be some of the stations that we're on that might be uncomfortable with this conversation, but I think this is something that we need to talk about. And actually, if you have an opinion about this, you can call 1-888-349-DONNI, 1-888-349-DON.
And I said, if you in your 9th month or 8th month and you thinking about doing, just call us. We'll work that out. What
do you mean? What?
No, I'm saying.
Do you know how many people you're gonna have calling us to work stuff out?
Okay,
what do you mean when you say work it out?
Let me rewind just to make sure I'm clear on your argument.
Okay.
If you are 8 months pregnant and you're thinking about having an abortion, instead of doing that, call us.
Okay.
Call us. We will try to find.
What we gonna do?
She is on
Go ahead and call
mic.
us.
No, but I'm saying there are places where you can take your child to.
Okay,
you can do an adoption. You can have a lot of different families that are looking for children. That's true. Look, we will take care of them.
That's right.
My sister, we've had her on the show.
That's true.
Sherry, Dr. Sutton, who her life is taking care of foster kids.
Yeah.
That their parents didn't want them. Their parents had different situations. There are people that are saying, look, if it's that point in your life,
if it's 9 months, call Mardy.
Call. And I'm not trying to be funny or anything like that.
I know, he's being serious, but no.
I'm saying,
but you know what? Maybe there's a reason why God put that in your spirit to say that. Honestly, if you are at that point, 8-9 months old, there are resources that you can use. So I'll give you that number again, 1-888-349-DONNI, 1-888-349-DONI. That's 3664.
Here's what this happened to me yesterday. I was at my church, and I thought about kids. But I was at my church, and someone abandoned a pit bull, a full-grown pit bull. Nice little. I'm gonna finish.
Okay, because
they brought it to the church. They left the crate outside and left the dog outside and gone.
Oh wow!
All right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking somebody's doing that to a child.
Oh.
I can't take care of it. I'm not responsible, so I'm just gonna drop it somewhere. That's why I'm saying before you do that, just call.
Just call, yeah.
Just call us. But anyway, we're gonna take a quick break.
Yeah.
Woosah. See, you the one that wanted to talk about this.
Yes, we're gonna come back with something more. Well, actually, these are positive things that need to be talked about.
Right.
It needs to be talked about.
Yep. But you are listening to Doni Jones Live with me, Marty McFly.
Yeah.
And the certified arborist,
Doni Jones.
Yep.
Sponsored by Don's Tree Service. If you need your tree cut down, call us at 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-8733.
Or if the tree is already fallen and you need it to be removed, if it's one call,
that's all. 770-413.
That's the other guy's thing.
Okay, I just
when it falls, you know who to call. Anyway,
that's right.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
When it falls, there's only one tree company to call. That's Don's Tree Service. Call them at 770-413-TREE. That's 770-413-8733.
I looked out the window after the storm and found out that there was a tree that had fallen. So I needed somebody quickly. Made one phone call. The appointment was made. They got the tree down. They do full service cleanup so that it looked like nothing had been done at all. Don's Tree Service did an awesome job for me, and I would recommend them highly.
Hey guys, I'm Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. We are an Atlanta-based tree service serving all of Metro Atlanta. And you know what? We proudly serve the underserved. And not only that, when we cut down your trees, we don't charge extra for cleaning up. So give us a call at 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-TREE.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I am that guy, Marty McFly, and also known as Pastor Mardy Ringer, pastor of St. Mark Lutheran Church in beautiful East Point, Georgia. And right now, I just want to invite you to come worship with us. Yeah, we're back worshiping in person. Now, you can always check out any of our other services online at stmarklutheranchurch.org. That's stmarklutheranchurch.org. But I would like to see you face to face. So join us this Sunday at 11 a.m. That's 4137 Washington Road in East Point. It's right off exit 1 on 285. Come worship with me and the whole St. Mark family this Sunday starting at 11 a.m. 4137 Washington Road in East Point.
Hey, this is Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. And as a small business owner, I get asked all the time, how did you do it? Now, for those of you that don't know, I basically started a tree service with $43 and a dream right here in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. Now, during my journey, I've definitely been blessed to see the mountaintop, but I've also been in some rough valleys. And in my book, From Failure to Fabulous, I share my experience. My book really is a real woman's journey to building a happy, healthy, and successful life. But I gotta be honest with you, I read self-help books and I listened to audio programs about success, and I was still having difficulty achieving success in my life until I really got a hold of certain principles that made a difference. In my book, From Failure to Fabulous, I get very real and raw about what I did to build my company, my family, and my life. So please go check out my book, From Failure to Fabulous, on Amazon, or you can go to my website, www.DoniJonesLive.com.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
Welcome back to Doni Jones Live with Doni Jones and
that fly guy Marty. Yeah,
yes.
That's me. Yeah.
Can you do Fly Guy though?
Fly guy Marty, that's who I am. Yeah.
I know, but because the other
like that dude is so old and so most generations now don't. Okay. A fly jock, you've been there for 20-something, 30 years.
Oh, my God.
And now he's just a regular person, I guess.
Yeah,
you know.
he is.
After a while, you give homage to the ones that came along.
Yeah.
But that's my name. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, Marty, I have been on a tangent today.
You really have.
So
and
I'm telling you, I think it's the smoothie.
No, it's not there. Now, we are in the Doni Jones kitchen.
Yeah, so maybe because I'm near food, I'm feeling good or something like that. I don't know.
Food.
Have you not eaten today?
I have not eaten today.
Okay, well, you had a smoothie, so, Okay, you haven't eaten today. But anyway, Marty, I know that a lot of times on the show, we like to leave with something positive, motivational, or something inspirational that's going on. What's going on in your world that might be able to inspire, talk?
Well, I kind of already told my story earlier. But it's about, realizing that your diamonds a lot of times are right by your feet.
Yeah.
And a lot of us are, and you kind of mentioned it earlier. Me and Doni always are talking about new ideas. How could we do new entrepreneur, stuff? And, it's funny this last couple of weeks, because me and my wife really been doing a lot of production and stuff, but we realize a lot of our diamonds are right here at our feet.
I was saying the same thing. It's like, I love what I do. I love tree care. The tree care industry has been such a blessing for me. But it's not just a blessing for me, it's been a blessing to the community. I get to serve people, alleviate a threat, and make them feel good. Just yesterday, we did a job at it was an emergency job. A company called us, and it was actually, I guess it's a company, but they basically are a housing development for domestic abused women, battered women, women dealing with addiction and stuff. Well, the tree was about to fall on one of the houses where the women are being held, where the women reside. Where the women reside, it's not like a jail; it's like an actual residential center. But their residences for women that are in transition, that have dealt with, like I said, domestic abuse, substance abuse, alcoholism, and stuff like that. Well, the way I felt after we finished that job, being able to help these people, I'm like, this, like literally what went through my head is, I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of times, and we know that there's dreamers out there, but I specifically want to talk to the person that they are living their dream, or they thought they were living their dream, and then all of a sudden life kind of kicked in, and now they think maybe their life isn't that great. I would invite you to re-examine where you are right now, because a lot of times people want to jump ship or go do something else, and what they're supposed to walk in, what their purpose is, they're already doing, but they're letting the problems of life distract them from what God has called them to do. Like, I know that I am called to run this company. Like, literally, there's so many things that happen that it's not just an accident that I'm in this tree care industry and I get to do.
Right. Even
working with you, that was amazing. Being able to connect with you. But these connections all happened because of me pursuing my business in the tree care industry. Me having this show happened because somebody in the tree care that met me through tree care introduced me to Mardy. So it's just be careful about wanting to always jump ship. Now, I do believe that if you're not where you're supposed to be, jump. But for those of you that there's somebody out there who I'm speaking to right now, and this is resonating with you, that's who I'm talking to. If something in your spirit goes, she's talking to me, actually call me and let me know. 1-888-349-DONI, 1-888-349-3664, and let me know if this is resonating with you.
Yeah, and a lot of times we're jumping ship, and I've said this before, so there's nothing new. We're jumping ship because we see the grass and it looks so much greener on that other side.
Yeah.
And you're not realizing they're using a lot more manure. It's a lot more manure over there that you don't realize. And your yard is just as beautiful if you put the time in your space.
Yeah.
So in a sense, in your business, in your career, if you put the time in what you do, it will manifest, it will grow. That's a promise in the Bible in a sense. But you have to put in the work and in a sense, stop looking at the other person.
Yeah.
Their success and trying to compare to yourself to them. Because like we always say, like the Oprah and the TD Jakes, the people that we look up to.
Yeah.
And just recently I just said, I admire him, but I don't want to be him.
Yeah. It's the same with Oprah.
Yeah, right. I admire you, but I don't want. I have to be me.
Yeah.
And I can't mimic somebody else's industry,
right,
their job, or what they do.
Yeah.
I have to be focused on me. And you said two things that I'm gonna wrap up and throw it back over to you. No. Because
I've talked too much.
Every once in a while, I say, I need to stop doing what I'm doing and get to work. And then I realize, majority of this day, I've been working.
Yeah.
But because I enjoy what I do, I don't think that I'm working.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm cheating because I'm not, but I'm making this phone call. I'm doing this. I'm producing this. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And it's like, you know what? And then in the back of my head, sometimes it's like, you know what? You need to go and do a job. Just get a real job or do something over here. And it's like, no, everything that you're wanting to do is right here. My diamonds are right here. Foster them and work at it. So with that, it's a thing of not always trying to jump ship.
Yeah.
Fostering yours. But you did say something that's interesting too. If this is not what you want to do, if you're in an industry that
this ain't
I'm not happy, I'm not in it, then get out of it.
Because jump ship. Yeah.
Because you have to flourish in your stream in a sense.
Yeah.
Fish are not well in the jungle.
Oh.
That's not where they're meant to be at.
That's true.
Even though the lion is the king of the jungle,
right?
Put him in water.
Preach.
That ain't his place.
Element.
That's not where he needs to be at. So once you find where you need to be at, which in the same sense, you will gravitate to that point.
You will.
Your vibrations of your own self will gravitate you to the thing, to your purpose.
Yeah.
But then when you get in your purpose, make sure you foster your relationships.
Yes.
Make sure your attitude is right, because your attitude actually contributes to your altitude.
That's right.
And if you have a bad attitude, regardless, it's not going to manifest.
That's right. Well, there's a book. I'm going to refer you to another book. Well, first of all, I'd love for you to get my book, From Failure to Fabulous. That's just a memoir that I put together talking about my story of growing my tree service and overcoming adversity. You can find it on Amazon. You can also go to our website, www.DoniJonesLive, and you can just order it off PayPal.
You know what they were selling at the Blue Flame the other day?
Yeah.
I saw 3 girls was reading it right before they went in to do their shift. From failure to fabulous. Okay, but anyway.
I'm a hurt.
I'm just giving you a
I appreciate I appreciate
it was
that.
Sticky. But anyway, sorry.
Oh my God. But the book that I was going to tell you about is by a lady named Gabby Bernstein. It's Bernstein, but it's called The Universe Has Your Back. I am telling you, that book, here's the thing though, there's so many good books out there, but you mentioned vibration.
Yes.
But going back, please, if you want, just Google it, Gabby Bernstein, The Universe Has Your Back. Or Gabrielle Bernstein. Anyway, if you pull up The Universe Has Your Back, you'll find her. But you said something about vibration. I don't think people really get what we're saying. When we say you got to raise your vibration, we're not talking about some airy fairy foo-foo stuff. Human beings literally are electromagnetic beings. And if you understand that, and you understand how your brain will attract what you need, your energy will attract what you need. But the other thing, it will also attract things you don't need. It will attract things that don't make you happy because you're not being intentional about what you want to attract. So if you're intentional about your goals, meditating on your goals, making moves, doing the right things, taking care of your environment, taking care of your friends, taking care of your family, doing those things that you know you need to do to raise your vibration and cutting out toxic stuff out of your life, which helps you raise your vibration. If you don't do those things, you're never going to live the life that you want to live.
I promise you, and it's very rare, if I counsel somebody, they don't have one problem. They usually have 2 or 3 of them because their vibration is bringing in negativeness. You know, negativity. So it's like, okay, I lost my job. Oh, and my car broke down. And this. Okay. You know, it's not just usually one thing. It's a couple of things because a lot of us are bringing that negative vibration. You know, because you wake up, you stub your toe. Ooh, I'm vibrating at a low frequency. Now, I'm out of milk. I'm out of coffee. You know, now the spouse woke up the wrong way and said the wrong thing. And now I am setting my day in a low vibration. You're setting it in a low vibration. And now everything that's negative starts coming to me. And I'm wondering, this is just a bad day. Because you're bringing that in. You're bringing it. You know. And what people also need to understand is you can change that. You can change it. You can stub your toe and then spill coffee on yourself and then go, wait a minute, whoa. This day is going in the wrong direction. Okay? And you just step back, you take a deep breath. I mean, these are practical things you can do. You take a deep breath and you go, you know what? I'm going to let that go. I'm going to let this energy go. And you sometimes even have to say out loud, you know what, today is going to be a great day. And I start thinking about the things I'm thankful of. Man, it's beautiful outside. I got a great partner in Marty. I got a great husband in Morgan. I have 2 beautiful kids. My daughter's getting ready to go to college. I got a cute dog. I have a great business. And all of a sudden, wait, time out. Your dog ain't cute. I don't like that little thing. Oh my God, my dog is so cute. Here's something to think about. But it raises your vibration. It raises your vibration. If you think of, I'll say it like this because we got to wrap up real quick, so I'll make this quick. If you think about your rose, it could change your life. And let me explain real quick. The rose, you got your petals. You know, that's the beautiful part. So beautiful. Right, so beautiful. That's the accomplishments that you've done. Those are the things that make you feel good because that's what you've done. It's already been blossomed. Then you have your bud. What's to come? What am I working on? What is God about to manifest in me? That's the new thing that's going to come. Most of us focus on the thorn. You know, the things that hurt us, the things that prick us. And the thing is, it's always going to be there. But you have to prune those off. And focus on the flower and the buds. You know, that's a word right there. In fact, we're going to wrap up on that. If you're out there and you can hear our voice, we want you to focus on the flower and focus on the buds. Okay, not the wrong buds. Okay. But anyway, focus on the flower, focus on the buds. I'm Doni the Tree Lady. I am that guy, Marty McFly, and we will see you next week. It's Doni Jones Live.
When it falls, there's only one tree company to call. That's Don's Tree Service. Call them at 770-413-TREE. That's 770-413-8733.
I looked out the window after the storm and found out that there was a tree that had fallen, so I needed somebody quickly. Made one phone call. The appointment was made. They got the tree down. They do full service cleanup so that it looked like nothing had been done at all. Don's Tree Service did an awesome job for me, and I would recommend them highly.
Hey guys, I'm Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. We are an Atlanta-based tree service serving all of Metro Atlanta. And you know what? We proudly serve the underserved. And not only that, when we cut down your trees, we don't charge extra for cleaning up. So give us a call at 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-TREE.